firearms and non-lethal devices like mace, tasers, etc. The inherent danger of this line of work can be mitigated by careful investigation and good communication and negotiation skills. Most bounty hunters work out of an office, but when a bonded person disappears, local, interstate, and even international travel may be necessary. Court appearances and interactions with law enforcement and government agencies are also a routine part of the job. Individuals who want to become bounty hunters must first ensure he or she meets certain requirements for licensure. And while minimum standards vary from state to state, most require specific education and/or experience, a criminal background check, passing an exam, as well as having a valid state driver's license, pre-licensing training and certification, state residency, and being of a minimum age. Most states have specific statutes prohibiting certain individuals from becoming bounty hunters, such as law enforcement professionals, attorneys, and judicial officers. Further, most states prohibit individuals from becoming bounty hunters if they have felony convictions or misdemeanor convictions involving crimes of moral turpitude. Where to begin? To get started as a bounty hunter, first consult your state laws and contact your local police, courthouse, or a bond agency to inquire about the proper licensing. In some states, you may need a weapon permit or concealed carry permit. Since bounty hunters sometimes work across state lines, check the licensing requirements in neighboring states where you may be working. It is worthwhile to seek hands-on experience, contacting bounty hunters in your area and asking to ride along on an assignment, or finding one to act as a mentor, or perhaps seek an internship with a local law enforcement agency. Learn about the basics of law enforcement, investigation practices, online research tools, arrest and control techniques, use of reasonable force, how to track suspects in the field, personal self-defense, and criminal behavior. If you have hands-on experience and/or classroom training, you're more likely to find work in the field. Earning an associate's or bachelor's degree in criminal justice or a related field like forensic science, juvenile justice, law enforcement, criminology, public policy, and public safety is not required, but can be helpful in understanding the legal, psychological, and physical demands of a career in bounty hunting. Once you get hired, you will need to purchase safety and law enforcement gear, such as handcuffs, pepper spray, and protective vests, typically available through online retailers or police gear stores. At least 9 states have specific rules for how bounty hunters must dress. For example, bounty hunters in certain states must adhere to the specifications set forth by the Commissioner of Public Safety, which requires bounty hunters to wear a vest or shirt with the words Bail Enforcement Agent during an arrest. Along with state requirements for licensure, many states have specific laws in place that regulate the professional of bounty hunting. At least 15 states have specific language addressing how bounty hunters may arrest fugitives, while in others, bounty hunters must be registered with the county sheriff. At least 10 states have statutes regarding how bounty hunters can enter homes and other private property. In Arizona, for example, bounty hunters can only enter a home if they receive consent from all of the people inside the home at the time of the inquiry. In Washington state, bounty hunters must have a reasonable cause to believe that the fugitive is on the property, and they must notify local law enforcement officials of their intent to enter. In Virginia, bounty hunters must provide law enforcement officials with at least 24 hours' notice before arresting a fugitive, and must also notify law enforcement officials within 60 minutes upon apprehending the fugitive. As a bounty hunter, you will need a reliable car that gets good gas mileage, since you will often be driving long distances to find fugitives. Be sure you have the necessary license and insurance for the vehicle.